Today I'm going to be reviewing and testing out this DeeRC RC car that was recently sent to me by this brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this up, show you what you get inside, and then we will take it outside and test it out. So when you first open up, this is what it's going to look like. So you've got your instruction manual. You do have some different tires that you can swap out. Comes with your remote control, definitely a large remote. Would prefer that to be a tiny bit smaller. You obviously have your RC truck. Now this is going to be nice and large as well. I will give you the measurements on that. This is already going to have tires on it, but you can swap them out for the slicks if you prefer. Since I'm going to be using this mainly outside in grass and that sort of terrain, I'm not going to be swapping them out, but you certainly could if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you what you get inside of here. So you've got what feels like a screwdriver. You've got an extra battery. This is going to come with a charger for the battery. It does take its own charger, so it doesn't fit like a traditional USB-C or anything like that. And this is going to come, here's your lithium-ion battery. So I believe you're going to get two different batteries, it looks like. One in the one box and then one in the other. And yes, those are going to be identical. Both of them are 1500 mAh, 7.4 volts, 11.1 WH lithium-ion batteries from DeeRC. So that's everything that's going to come inside of there. Now, this is going to come with some additional clips, some additional parts for it. So if you do end up breaking it or losing, like these little clips here, you will typically have to pull these off to take off your body. So the body's going to come off, and then this is where your battery is going to go somewhere into here. So it does say warning. Let's look and see what this warning says. Warning, high temperature heater, please do not touch. Going to go right onto there. Typically your battery's going to go in there. Ooh, maybe the battery goes on the bottom. Actually, that's really nice. So I've had a couple of these in the past, and the battery's actually going to be underneath, so you have to pop those off every single time, and it can be kind of annoying, especially if your younger kids are playing with this. But it looks like the battery's actually going to go on the underside. Now, since I've got this off, I do want to show you how this is going to work. So this function is going to turn the wheels right here on that. And you got the wiring that runs up to the light. This is going to be an LED light along the front. So that's going to be there, which I'll show you all of that here in a minute. This may be the power button. I'm not 100% for sure, so I will look into that. This to say the red switch is located inside. Yep. So open the shell and long press to power on. So you will have to open up the shell and push the red button to turn it on. So that is an important thing to note. So you will have to take off the body. Unfortunately, there's no on-off switch on the outside. So I definitely would prefer, if you're going to have the battery on the outside, I definitely would prefer if the red button would be accessible on the outside as well. So let's go ahead and leave that off, actually. I'm going to go ahead and grab a screwdriver. I think it came with one. Let me open this up and see. And yep, got a screwdriver, got a head for the screwdriver on here. So it's actually got two different heads. So you've got the little Phillips, and you also have this head, and I believe this is going to be for the tires. And yes, so that fits onto the tires to replace your tires if you wish. So I'm just going to pop this off. Your battery is just going to connect right into here. So on the inside, you just put this little guy right into there, and you can hear that click. And then you're just going to take and lay this inside of there. However it fits best. You might have to kind of finagle with it a little bit. Looks like it's going to fit best that direction. So the little clips, it does have this part right here. So the little clips kind of go up into there, and that's going to be the best way for it to fit. Then you're just going to take and put that back on, and then put your screw back into place. Now the remote control on this is going to take 4 AA batteries. Again, you've got a screw, and it's just going to be right here on the bottom. Unfortunately, that's not going to be rechargeable. So unless you purchase or have rechargeable AA batteries, the actual batteries for the remote are not going to recharge. All right, so I've got the batteries into there, and I have the batteries on here. So you're going to push the power button. So now it is waiting for the connection. You should have an on-off button, yep, right onto there. And so now that will go solid when it is connected. So it should go forward and backwards, and yes, it does. It is going to be extremely fast. This is designed to be like an outside car, but it is connected and ready to roll. So let me put the top back on, and then I will go outside and test it. Now, trying to record this outside with a moving vehicle is going to be a little bit challenging, especially because I need one or a couple of hands on the remote to be able to turn the wheel. So I've got it on a mount here, but hopefully this will work. Before I do that, I did want to show you it is going to be 4-wheel drive, so forward, backwards, all 4 wheels are going to be turning on that. So it's not just the rear wheels, all 4 of your wheels are going to turn on this RC car. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. Hopefully you can see that. And now this is gonna be relatively tall grass. Let's see how it does. And it handled it no problem at all in regards to the turning, driving forward. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn. And as you can see, it's easily turning and handling this grass, even though it is tall. Now we did get stuck, and again, it's just because of the thickness of the grass out here. And even then, like, I let it sit for a minute, and then it got going right again. Now again, this is going to be relatively tall grass. So that's going to be kind of harder for it. But you can see how it's easily handling like the bare dirt and going over the roots and those sorts of things as well without any issues. So that's going to be a really nice option for you. So overall, definitely a cool RC car. It is moving really quickly, to be honest. Even though it's in tall grass, like you can see that the grass is actually taller than the RC car itself is, and it's handling that without too many issues at all. So overall a nice one. Now you can change the steer directions on here, change a few other things, but just out of the box it does turn as it should, right, left, etc. Now if I wanted to kind of turn this a bit, you could trim this. You can also do the adjust that as needed, but as it is, like it just works properly out of the box. You know, I can just go in circles backwards, go in circles forwards, no problem at all doing that in the grass. So overall, a great option for your kids or even for yourself for Christmas, birthdays, those sorts of things.